share a dream together around the world, with a voice from every country, a face from every land. We'll celebrate the future hand in hand. We'll celebrate the future hand in hand.
The future is coming. We gotta catch it if we can. The magic's unfolding, and you can hold it in your hand. We can touch tomorrow today to make some memories that'll never fade away.
Put your hand on the future. Share a dream together around the world,
With a voice from every country and a face from every land.
we'll celebrate the future hand in hand. Join the celebration. It's an invitation. Feel the inspiration. Our dream we all share. From the very start of it, you can be a part of it. At the very heart of it, everyone from everywhere. Put your hand on the future. Share a dream together around the world, with a voice from every country and a face from every land. We'll celebrate the future hand in hand. We'll celebrate the future hand in hand. We'll celebrate the future hand in
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting. We call it ImagineEars.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the ImagineEars Disney podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and co-host, Susie. Hi, Susie.
Hi, I'm having to adjust my headphones and microphone because it's been a little while.
It has
It
has been a minute.
Got to get back into our routine.
Yeah, for sure. We have been noticeably absent for a few weeks, I think, for good reason.
Yeah, pretty good reason.
Pretty good reason. So it's good to be back, but little personal thing here. So for the past December is when we started down this path. My wife and I, our family, decided that we were going to adopt our next child. We do have our biological daughter Evie, which you have seen before on this show. But we started down the path of adoption in December. We were matched with a birth mother in June, and he was supposed to be born earlier this week. He was not. He did not come then. He came 3 weeks earlier than that, so about 3.5 weeks early. But it has been a very busy month, adjusting to the new normal, but couldn't be happier. So This is our little buddy, Eli.
Oh, he is so sweet.
So
Look at that face.
we are loving life in the house right now. So that is why I've been absent. And Susie came by the other day
Oh,
to visit as well. So it was
I
good
did.
having her, good seeing her in person as
Yeah.
always. So,
And
but yeah.
it's so funny. I'm trying to, one Saturday I was at Eli's baby shower
Mhm.
with Becca and everybody. And 2 Saturdays later, the next Saturday, I'd have to go back and it was not long after. It was another, I think it was 2 Saturdays after I'm holding him. It may have been the
Yeah.
next Saturday.
So the baby shower you were referring to was canceled
Yeah.
first because we did have a false alarm. So like we canceled the shower, we were on our way across the state, and we turned around because it was a false alarm. Then we contacted everybody else again about the shower, said it's back on if you can make it. So that was that Saturday.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking through. I went and met him on the 19th.
Yeah, that
So,
so later on that evening. So Friday we got a false alarm, and then Saturday we had this baby shower,
mhm.
and then late Saturday night is when we got the word get in the car and get over here quickly.
So it was the next it was one
Yeah,
Saturday, false alarm, baby shower, not false alarm, and then I got to see you guys the net. That is wild to me.
it was pretty wild.
I
So
was so happy for you guys. What a huge, huge answer to prayer, and everything was just ordered and lined up perfectly.
yep, yep, all is well. He's healthy and well.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, well,
Lots to celebrate
lots to
there.
celebrate. Um, we might have some gaps in the upcoming future for undisclosed reasons, but we may have some special guests. If I can line some people up, Susie's going to be gone for a few weeks, probably. Oh well,
At,
okay.
at least two.
We did talk about that, right?
We did, but
We did.
the timeline is 32 days from now. So
Getting down to it.
yeah, we were actually, my fiance's over at my house this evening. We were working on some projects. I ordered a custom decal. I made a wedding logo, which I'm very
Ooh.
proud of, and put it on a decal. Ordered it from Amazon. Put it on some cornhole boards for activities during cocktail hour.
Oh
So it's
man,
all those kinds of details, crafts, and making everything now. It's
this sounds like a fun reception. I think I'll go.
yeah. I'm gonna check my guest list, make sure. Just kidding. Matt's gonna be there. I'm so excited for you guys
Of course. So
to celebrate with us. Yeah, it's just a crazy time in our lives, but this is definitely an episode that the timing worked out that we needed to record and had a ton of content to discuss.
Yep. Lots to discuss. The Destination D23 was over the weekend, and we got a lot of updates for the parks and resorts from Josh tomorrow. So we are going to be talking about those tonight. And let's just kick it off with Magic Kingdom. I think Magic Kingdom probably had, I don't know, I think there were big announcements almost for every park except for Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
So unless we want to start with them, get it out of the way.
Yeah, we can, because
Okay.
this news is so confusing to me.
Hollywood Studios, Ahsoka. By the way, if you haven't been watching, some pretty great Star Wars content.
It is so good.
Yeah, we'll do. In fact, episode 5 is coming to select theaters around the country. Closest one to us is Disney Springs.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work for us, but when they do that it's going to be something big.
I mean,
the end of episode 4 was also something big.
Also true. Also true. Lots of questions there. But that is a topic of a discussion for another day.
Fair.
But Ahsoka is going to be added to Star Tours. So Star Tours just keeps getting new life breathed into it.
Why?
It's never going away.
Oh, this is not. If you told me that there was an announcement regarding Star Tours, it wouldn't have been this. It would have been that it was.
Closing.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, it still eats a lot of people, and I think that's probably why it's still around. Hollywood Studios is a difficult park because there are so few attractions. So,
And they're all big
yeah, right.
attractions.
I mean, Rise of the Resistance, Smuggler's Run, Runaway Railway, Slinky Dog Dash, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. They're all
Big
like
hitters.
heavy hitters when it
Yeah.
comes to theme park entertainment. So you compare it to Magic Kingdom, and you're like more than double the amount of attractions in Magic Kingdom than Hollywood Studios.
hmm
So the more people eating space that you have in things like Star Tours, the better. So
Yeah,
it's probably why it's still open.
probably. But anyway, that's Hollywood Studios. That's what we got there.
Okay. You want to do Magic Kingdom? Let's do Magic Kingdom.
Do you want to do Magic Kingdom? Because I know there's a topic you really want to talk about regarding Magic
Okay,
Kingdom.
fine.
Do you want to save it till the end? Okay.
Let's move on. Let's talk about Epcot.
Yes, let's talk about Epcot.
So, Moana, Journey of Water,
Finally.
open. They've had cast member previews. They've announced pass holder previews. It officially opens October 16th.
Finally.
I am very excited about this.
I am too.
There is, there's some voices out there that are disappointed that, like, all this time for a walkthrough attraction, a water, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
What did we just say about Star Tours? It's gonna eat up time.
It's gonna take the pressure off a lot of the Epcot rides. And honestly, not every attraction in the parks has to be an e-ticket attraction.
Yeah.
It can be something fun like this where you just walk through and, I think water cycles are a big theme for this experience.
Mhm.
And, it's themed to Moana, very popular IP.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great. And I'm especially looking forward to seeing it at night when it's all lit up.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Well, kind of in conjunction with that same general area, we've got World Celebration Neighborhood opening in December. I am just thrilled for Epcot to not be a giant construction zone anymore, and you can actually walk through it without having to constantly run into a wall directing you in some other way.
Yeah.
So
Taking your
it's-
picture with Walt and Mickey at Dreamer's
That's
Point.
going to be amazing.
Or no, I think it's just Walt. Excuse me. I'm sorry. He's on the bench.
On the bench, but this is going to be great. How long have we been waiting for these kinds of big changes at Epcot? I mean,
Long
pre-pandemic,
time.
because
It's been
so
like
many
4
of
years.
these things they've had to been postponed or canceled. So this is a big deal. It's going to
The
be
construction
beautiful.
walls are coming down. Like, yeah. And, over time, I think it's going to get even more beautiful just as those trees
Mm,
and floral items that they are putting in these places
mhm.
mature and grow. Like, it's just, the area is going to become, very, very, very pretty.
Yeah, and they decorate for the festivals too, I would imagine. So
Yep.
it's going to be a great space, and
For sure.
I'm so excited about it.
Luminos, the Symphony of Us. So the next iteration of Epcot nighttime entertainment is coming December 5th. We don't have a lot of information on this other than we have the name and
Yeah.
we have the date.
And lasers?
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
This sounds, just based on the name, the pun, it sounds like the same kind of like theme that Harmonious or not Harmon that
Yeah.
Illuminations was. It's bringing everything together. It's so I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I liked Harmonious. I was sad to see it go. So this to me has pretty big shoes to fill because Illuminations, big deal. Harmonious,
Yeah.
actually pretty great. So
Harmonious was definitely starting to grow on me. I actually really liked that show. You know, you had the giant portal in
I
in
know.
the middle, but
I know.
the
I've never
Stargate.
been ice, so it'll be weird. I haven't been back. I haven't been to Disney. Oh my gosh, since March, and I don't have a trip until
It's been
December
May. It's been May.
for you. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird seeing the barges and the giant interdimensional portal gone, and see what everything looks like again because that's been in the works again for a long time.
yeah,
Everything with Epcot to me feels like it's just been a long time coming for all of this.
for sure. Um, moving on, Test Track is being reimagined.
Did
I
not see this coming.
yeah, definitely kind of out of left field, especially with you know previous announcements with Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's what I
wondering.
was expecting, but no. We are getting a Test Track reimagining. So, and honestly, out of the Epcot announcements, this is the one that, well, well, this is the one I am most excited for. I'm excited about the next one we are going to mention. However, I think that for the broader audience, this is going to be the better thing and the
Sure.
better update. It's because the new Test Track opened, I think, 2012. So
Yeah.
we've had this iteration of Test Track since 2012, so a little over a decade, and honestly, it's kind of right on schedule because Test Track opened, I believe, in '99
Hmm.
with the crash test dummies, which we all miss.
I do
Um,
actually. Those were
but
great.
those were amazing. I would say not a ton of people really kind of latched on to this version of Test Track, like the previous
No,
version.
but like, is the draw of Test Track the theming or the like 65 mile an hour,
Yeah,
whatever? That to me, the track isn't changing. So I'm just like, okay, it's just changing the skin essentially
right.
of everything around it. So we'll see what that
But
does.
what they're doing with this iteration is they are doing a throwback to the original attraction that was in this pavilion. This
True.
was World of Motion. So we are going to be taking a trip back to, uh, I guess we'll be seeing the more of the advancement of technology and when it comes to vehicular transportation. Um,
It
and they're going to
fits.
incorporate that into the current ride system. And I think that's going to be fun. The concept art was very pretty. Looks like it was going through the redwood forest.
Yeah.
So yeah, and of course we'll have the launch outside. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
I
All right,
wonder.
Matt. Oh,
Yeah,
go
I guess
ahead.
they'll still. I wonder if they'll still call it Test Track, or if the name will
I
change.
don't know because now you're not I mean, the last two versions of it were testing things, crash dummies, and then making your own car.
Yep.
I don't know. That's a good point. We'll
I
see.
don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Um, then the last thing actually opened this week. Opened on Sunday, actually. The long-awaited meet and greet of our beloved dragon and mascot Figment.
All right, riddle me this. Why does Figment look so different this time around than any previous meet and greet costume versions in the past?
So
Is it
yeah,
for stability? So his head's not.
I'm not sure what. So, and I can't remember when this Figment actually came out. It's for a very brief time.
Mhm.
Um, but there is a life size Figment costume that had been previously used, which actually looked really good. Not sure why they went to this one. Figment's lost some weight.
Yeah.
especially in the face.
Which is it's just really funny because like when people start like aging, their face thins out. Like when you look at the two pictures next to each other, it looks like just a natural aging of Figment. It's like
I
he's getting
guess.
older, It's been what how long 40 something years now for almost 40 years. 40?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't put his name on the sweater. Like the
There it is.
reaching back. It's one of the OG Figment plushes
Yeah.
from the 80s. So yeah,
Maybe they which is weird because it feels like everything that they're doing here has like a throwback feel, and so I'm surprised they didn't do that. But did you ever see how long the wait for the line got up to at any? I saw people walking by. I saw videos of the line, but never a time that they waited.
I think it got up to 5 hours, but they cut off the line. So very popular right now. So just plan accordingly if you want your picture with the dragon. He might have taken a tumble a couple of times. There are
Sorry.
there are videos out there of him falling, and it's mean. Don't share those. So,
Sorry, I sent one to Matt. It wasn't my video. I saw it online. It's just the only thing that's funny to me is because it's so new and because people waited so long. It's like, of course, like it's gonna fall. I don't know. It's just funny.
oh boy. Boy.
All right, let's hop a bus over to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, real quick. I'm just looking I'm looking at the comments here. Steve said, congratulations. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, sir. Hope you had a wonderful time at Disneyland and Universal Hollywood. Kevin, good to see you, man. Is pumped for Luminous. No mention of drones, yeah. But yeah, we can
I'm
still hold
holding
out
out hope.
I mean, look, if Paris can do it, why can't
I don't know.
can't
Is
we?
there regulations about that kind of stuff?
Maybe I don't know. I mean, you have those helicopters that like fly over all the time for tours
Who
and
knows?
stuff, but who
Who
knows?
knows?
Anyway. All right, moving on. Let's go to Animal Kingdom next.
I think this is big.
Yeah, there are lots of
It's
big announcements.
Finally all getting confirmed here. I'll go ahead and do this first one because I'm actually kind of sad about it. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. I get it, but I'm selfishly sad because I have good memories from Tough to Be a Bug, just some personal stories with my family, but it's leaving us.
And the bugs on the seat.
But the thing is, it's not even like it's tough to be, or it's not even like A Bug's Life though, is like a well-known, it's great, it's a great movie, but it's not like it doesn't have the staying power or the iconicness of other Pixar movies. I get it. So it's outdated in a lot of ways, but it's Tough to Be a Bug. At the Tree of Life will be replaced with Zootopia, which again, I get it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
I feel like this is the proper place for it.
Yeah.
Outside of having its own themed land, which I don't feel like is the place in Animal Kingdom for this.
No.
But I think just kind of a general, I mean, much like it's Tough to Be a Bug, do you put that in Asia? Do you put that in Africa? No. Do you put that in Dinoland? No. You put it in the Tree of Life, which is kind of the center of everything. So, I think Zootopia in the Tree of Life as that centerpiece show in the center of the park, that's the best place for it. So
it's also very contained, which gets even more into the immersiveness of it because Zootopia is like a completely different kind of world. Because I wouldn't want something that is like Zootopia land themed and I can look out and see Everest. You know what I mean? Like over the sight lines. I feel like for
Right.
something like this that is such a you're suspending your disbelief, it's going to be easier to do in a theater like that. So it'll be
Yeah,
good.
for sure. Okay.
Gosh, okay.
So,
Actually, this one hurts too. But I'm
well,
excited.
and I feel like it's more concrete. So they did mention this at D23 last year. Yes.
Hmm.
Very blue sky concept. I mean, like Moana was in some of the uh,
Yeah.
concept
I
art.
remember being irritated by that
Right.
since
It's like
it doesn't make
how does
sense
that work?
anywhere in the park.
And
No.
what did we say, Susie? What did I say specifically? I was like,
I don't remember.
we have Africa, we have
Ah,
Asia.
South America.
Turn Dino Land into South America. And what have they done?
You know, they do listen to our show.
Maybe.
That's it.
Maybe.
Now we know.
Do they invite us to anything?
No.
No. That's okay.
It's fine.
We do this for fun.
We're a little busy anyway right now.
That is true. That is true.
Uh,
Anyway,
yeah, this
South
is going to be
America.
great.
South America. So one of the most popular IPs right now is Encanto, which fits that. And they did show some concept art. So Casita is there. I'm hoping they don't cheap out
Hmm.
and build the house and just make it one giant meet and greet for all of the Encanto characters.
Could you imagine?
That would be disappointing because you are theoretically where that's placed. It's
Hmm.
essentially going into Chester and Hester's.
Hmm.
So you have Triceratops Spin, you had Primeval Whirl, previously in that spot. You had the dig site kind of in that area as well. So you're taking away 3 big attractions plus, the carnival games, but
Yeah.
you need to replace it with something that can accommodate that guest load.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping it's not just a meet and greet. Of course, I hope the characters are there.
Hmm.
They are doing a casting for Lisa. I don't know if you saw that or not at Disney World.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not even saying make it like this huge elaborate attraction, but a fun little dark ride would be cool.
But like, what if it was multiple things? So we know, like, when you go and you do Haunted Mansion, the ride is not in that house that you see. You see the facade, and then you go in, and the ride is in, like, a spoiler alert, everybody, if you don't want to hear this, whatever. It's just logistics. It's in a like warehouse behind. It's in a big square facility. So what if the facade is Casita, but then there's multiple things? So like there's multiple attractions you can go into different rooms for. Maybe there's a restaurant in like the dining room.
Mm.
You
Ooh,
go
can you
one area.
imagine like a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
Colombian?
But there's one realistically, there is one like table service restaurant in Animal Kingdom. I know there's Tiffin's and I know there's what's the character dining?
Tusker
Tusker
House?
House. But other than but those are expensive. It's different. You have other than that more casual. It's just Yak and Yeti. So I think they need to add another restaurant, and I think they should do it here anyway. But like, what if I keep hitting my mic? So rusty tonight. But yeah, you go in and like if you go upstairs, it's like one room is someone's bedroom goes into this kind of ride and someone else's room goes into this ride, and then the dining room is like a a restaurant. I think that would be cool to kind of house multiple things behind the other facade, and they can cover it up, with other stuff. They're Imagineers. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. But like going into I forgot the little boy's name.
Antonio.
Antonio. Because this is where you would pull in the animal stuff.
Yeah.
Going into Antonia's room and it opening up and it being like some sort of animal inspired attraction, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, have your meet and greets. Like in the bedrooms, like in like each
Or
character's bedroom.
or my gosh, make it like Disneyland and have them wander around. It's their house. They
Yeah.
live there. You expect
Right.
people to go different places. That would be so cool.
Wild. It would be wild.
Oh, we
All
can
right.
dream.
We can dream. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully very soon.
Yeah,
And then dinosaur.
finally.
And again, we said it again. Like
Going
if
extinct.
you're going to replace dinosaur, why not just bring Indy over from Disneyland? So that's what they're
Again,
going to
it
do.
makes sense.
It makes sense. It fits in the South American theme, especially with how Raiders of the Lost Ark starts.
Yep.
It is in South
South
America.
America.
So concept art, you actually see the temple. So it is there. This is the direction, hopefully, that they are going. I would think it's concrete by what was said last week, but who knows? But yeah, I think, look, Indy is the same ride track as Dinosaur. Like, it's the
Yeah.
exact same ride track.
This should be an easy update.
Got the attraction, leave the track, retheme it to Indy, maybe make some improvements and adjustments, but it would be super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Okay.
Okay, Matt, now you need to choose your own adventure. Do we want to go to some of the other Disney properties and
Let's
finish
talk
with
Disneyland.
Magic Kingdom? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think we can jump through, mention some of these pretty quickly.
King Thanos ride coming. So wait, that's here.
Yeah, that's that's what I saw one title for it. I'm not really sure of that, but
Yes,
that's the
that was
ride
the big
vehicle.
announcement. Yeah,
Yeah, that
the
jumps
ride vehicle.
multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will be cool because you never know, I guess what you could I'm wondering if it's almost like a Star Tours type thing where it may be different each time you ride since it's multiverse. I wonder if, they can
Yeah,
get all kinds of
could
different
change, yeah.
footage from different eras and characters. I don't
Yep.
know. But
So that was the big Disneyland announcement. Let's move to cruise line.
Mhm.
So kind of two big things. The ship that Disney bought during the pandemic, the Global Dream. It is going to be leaving out of Singapore, and it is going to be called the Disney Adventure.
so appropriate, so fitting.
First podcast cruise. Let's just go to Asia. Yeah,
Okay.
just kidding. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we'll make it out there.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm very curious what they're going to do with it, especially since it was pretty much already built
Yeah.
with the Asian market in mind, and the Asian market likes to gamble. Will this be the first Disney cruise ship with a casino?
I say yes.
I think it will. I think you have to
I
with the
think they have
demographic.
to. It makes sense.
And again, I say, if they miss the softball that would be calling this thing Scrooge's Money Bin, think of the branding opportunities.
Oh my gosh.
So
Iconic.
they could also do Pleasure Island, but I still like Scrooge's Money Bin.
I do too. That's great.
Anyway, all right. And then Lighthouse Point is actually going to be called Lookout K at Lighthouse Point. Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, what a mouthful.
Lots of words. But looks great.
Yeah.
That was previously mentioned. Oh gosh, when was that?
Pre-COVID.
Two
maybe?
D23s ago.
Maybe.
Back when Joe Rody was still an Imagineer.
Oh my
So-
gosh. Yeah.
So glad to see this thing finally starting to come to fruition. So that'll be great. And they honestly need it with as many ships as they are going to be bringing in. So,
Which is 3.
yeah, in development. And the Treasure is coming out at the end of this year. I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, Christmas inaugural cruise.
So
Well,
for
that's gonna
oh gosh,
break the bank.
could you
So not going on
imagine?
that one.
So that's five boats
Yeah,
that we just talked about. That's
yep,
wild.
yep,
Gosh. All
crazy.
right. Hopping to some of the international parks news. Definitely some awesome pictures of these online. I recommend you guys go
You go check
look at
him out.
them. But we talked about Zootopia earlier in terms of what we are getting at Disney World, and we were like, it'd be really, there's not really room for like a full Zootopia land, and that doesn't really make sense in Animal Kingdom, but it makes sense in Shanghai. So Shanghai is getting Zootopia land, and I just think that's going to be really great. I feel like the international parks get the really cool stuff. The more I don't know, there's something more unique to, especially when you look at the different attractions and the technologies that they use. I almost wonder if they test things out there first. I'm excited to see what happens, what they do there in Shanghai and how they bring that over here. Because you look at what they do in Hong Kong and Tokyo. That Frozen attraction that they have is like it's the Frozen one, right? With Elsa and
Mm,
her. It's what it they're the animatronics are ridiculous.
crazy.
So this is going to be really cool. And then speaking of Frozen, there is I couldn't find an exact name, but essentially a Frozen land. So like an Arendelle-esque village um, coming to Disneyland Paris.
Yep, at the Studios Park. So
Yep.
very cool. Very cool. All right, well, let's
Okay,
wrap this
let's do
thing
it.
up with Magic Kingdom.
We keep
Heading
teasing
back to
it.
the U.S., our own backyard, Orlando, Kissimmee. Oh man, where to start? Mm,
Maybe we
let's talk about
start.
Blue Sky. Blue Sky,
There we go. Yeah.
not concrete at
Because
all.
nothing has been said.
The only thing that was said was that this is going to be on the scale of Galaxy's Edge and Pandora,
And
and
Pandora.
like the largest expansion of Magic Kingdom ever, bigger than New Fantasyland. So it's whatever they have planned coming up. It's going to be big, and we're excited to find out what that is.
My
But
money is still on villains.
oh yeah, I think it's definitely going to be villains. I maybe still Coco. We'll see,
I
but
don't
I
know.
I don't know if that fits in
I don't know.
Magic Kingdom.
I know where I want Coco. Because I know
Yeah,
it's not like the biggest thing, but just give him.
you could jet it up to the way it would work with those two lands in particular.
Mhm.
It's back beyond Big Thunder. So Big Thunder is that southwest. So you're a little bit farther south, and you have
A
Mexico.
little farther west. Yeah,
Uh,
you can make it work.
you can make that work, and then transition into the villains area land, and butt that up right against the back of Haunted
Not
Mansion,
mention.
and you're
Yeah.
good to go. So that's the layout I would choose for that, or just do the entire giant villains land and make everyone happy. Put in like 3 attractions, a super cool restaurant, and
That's what I want.
everyone wants.
But anyway, nothing concrete there. Speaking of Haunted Mansion, we knew this
Yes,
was happening. Now we have date. Hatbox Ghost making his Walt Disney World East Coast premiere
debut. Yes,
this November.
November. I am
This is a little weird to me because it's definitely
so
after Halloween.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I thought they
I
would
don't
have him in time for the last maybe 2 weeks of the party or something at least.
even more weird for me is where he's going in the Haunted Mansion. I was like,
Mm,
oh, they're going to put him in the same spot that he is at Disneyland and put him at the end of the attic scene, like right before
no.
you go into the graveyard. No, they are putting him next to the hallway with the floating candelabra.
Well, I wonder if our attic is shorter than Disneyland's attic because it's not very tall there. He would be pretty tiny.
Well, he's not actually in the attic. As you go out the
Well,
attic window, they're on, as you're going out the window on your right. So before you turn, as you're turning
yeah.
and then going backwards down
I
the
guess it does
stairs,
open up by that point. It is higher.
that's where he is in Disneyland. And they're putting him next to the hallway in Disney World. And the reason why it doesn't make sense for me is because at that point, and that's very early in the ride, you do not see any of
The
the
ghosts.
ghosts
Because we are not a
until
ghost yet.
you go through Madame Leota's room
hmm
and the happy haunts receive your sympathetic vibration.
So once again, everyone's favorite attraction does not make any sense. Ultimately, there is still no consistent story.
Maybe they'll explain it. I don't know, but
No, they're just gonna let that go.
yeah, probably.
He's more there just for the people who know to enjoy
need-
having him.
Who needs story consistency? Everything's fine.
Who needs
Okay.
lore?
Glad to have him. Glad to
yeah.
have him in the mansion, though. So, all right, 2 more things.
And they are big.
Yeah, I think both of these are big.
Didn't see this coming.
No, this one was way out in left field. Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge. We're
But
going to a pirate tavern.
it's gonna be so good.
So I'm assuming that this is going to be taking over Tortuga Tavern.
It has to.
And Tortuga Tavern is like open sporadically.
Yeah. It's
say the least.
it's seasonal depending on crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't it's
And
inconsistent.
it's deceptively large.
hmm
So you have the outdoor area, but there is an indoor area as well. When our agency owner celebrated his 40th birthday at Disney World last summer, wow, already a year, we had dinner in this space, and yeah, there's a couple of indoor spots that are great seating places. So turning this into a lounge is going to be so much fun. They can go crazy with theming and story.
And drinks.
Yeah. Walking characters.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Red.
Red and Jack is together. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, because Jack and Red wander Disneyland. So
Yeah.
having them there, I mean,
You guys are gonna need a travel agent to wake up at the crack of dawn 60 days before your trip to get your reservations for this one. It's gonna be tough.
Fact. You thought getting into Trader Sam's or
Oga's.
was bad? Oh, just wait. Just wait.
This is gonna be near impossible.
All right. Last but not least, and we gotta park here for a second. Country Bear Jamboree is being reimagined, rethemed to in 2024. That is when it is supposed to come. It's a complete overhaul of the attraction. So Gone will be the current iteration of this much beloved show that has been in an operation for 50 years at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
With slight variations. Like you had your vacation hoedown, you had your Christmas vacation. So it's not like the Country Bear Jamboree has never seen a change before, but this time the change is permanent. The show as we know it is going away. And you all know I have a very deep and unwavering love for the Bears. I'm okay with this.
Wow.
Because it means the Bears live on.
I think this is the only way the Bears live on. I think changing it, they're going to be singing Disney classics or something.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The current show may be a little dated. Might be offensive to some viewers.
We're talking about okay, yeah. That's the charm. It's so, and you know it. It's so, but I don't know. I get it. I get it.
I mean, your classics like "If You Can't Bite, Don't Corral,"
Yeah.
"Mama Don't Whoop Little
Don't,
Buford,"
Mama don't. And everyone's favorite, blood
"Blood
on
on
the
the
saddle.
Saddle,"
It's a little violent.
"All the Guys That Turned Me On, Turned Me
Turn me
Down."
down.
But all the bears are staying. The bears aren't going away. Liver Lips has been renamed to Romeo McGraw. And but the idea, the concept is they're going to be singing Disney songs, but in variations of country music.
I get it. If it keeps the bears there, and they're gonna keep the silly style of jokes and
Here's the thing. This is what would sell it. You ready?
okay.
This is what makes it work because currently it doesn't work. Let's be honest. Now, I think people still enjoy the show. Every time I go see the show, which is literally every time I go to Magic Kingdom, got to see the Bears. There's people in there. It's not like it's a huge crowd. Except
Yeah,
for the 50th anniversary, that was packed
that
out.
was
That
so
was
fun.
fun.
That was great.
That and then Adam's birthday was the best moment that room has ever seen. But this, if they do it right, it's going to draw a larger crowd.
It will.
And the way they do that is similar to what they did the first time. Like, some of those bears were real country music singers. You do the same this time. You do the Disney
Okay.
songs with current popular country musicians, country music legends. Can you imagine, Susie? Just imagine with me.
Okay.
Swinging Teddy Bear,
Oh my gosh.
voiced by Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I'd be at the front of the line. That'd be fantastic if they can get that.
Get Reba, Carrie
Oh
Underwood,
my gosh, could they get Reba?
Garth Brooks, Chris Stapleton.
You made a list.
Chris Stapleton.
That's ready to go. Tim McGraw.
Oh, like
Get is Romeo instead of.
yeah.
I think you
You
keep.
get an Elvis impersonator.
I think you keep Big Al as Big Al.
I don't know.
No, I think that needs to stay. I think that take AI, take the voice and make him sing literally anything, or have someone who sounds like him.
Who was that?
That's the other.
Was that Tex Ritter?
I don't even know. That sounds right, just because of the nature of his name, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I literally called Matt 5 minutes after this
Tex
news
Ritter.
broke, and we had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you okay?"
Big news.
Chris agrees with me. Big Al stays.
No. So Big Al is going.
Oh,
to
I
stay.
mean, Big Al. I think his voice stays the same. I think he's the one exception. Like everybody else, you can identify, but he is him. You run it. I'm telling you, this is why we have AI. They may take over society one day, but dadgummit, in the meantime, they will help us save Big Al's voice.
Guess we'll find out. 2024.
I just hope I can get one more viewing in at least.
I'm sure I'll get several in. I kind of want to do a giant supercut of the Country Bear Jamboree and just get like several angles and then cut it together.
Oh,
We'll see.
what a beautiful love letter to the Bears.
Yes, indeed.
Well, a lot of stuff, a lot of unexpected things, lots of finally confirmed things, lots of dates for things. It was a big news
It was a big weekend
for
so.
Destination.
Yeah, and there's still lots of fun that you can experience now at Walt Disney World. In all of the Disney parks, of course, Tron is open in Magic Kingdom. You can go enjoy that. Lots of stuff going on at Epcot right now with the Food and Wine Festival of the Holidays coming at the end of November.
We've got the Halloween party
Yes.
coming up. We have podcast listeners going to that. I booked that trip. So a lot happening.
Christmas party at both Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Jollywood
right.
Nights.
That's a great name.
So yeah, there's there are a lot of people very skeptical about the parks right now and the way that Disney is looking, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the future. I'm excited about these things that are announced, and we look forward to sharing those news updates with you as soon as we know any more on that information. So yeah.
Wow. Well, that was a full episode. I think
It
that
was
was
full
the
episode.
best one we could do coming back after
4 months.
big
Not 4 months. 4 weeks.
4 months.
Felt like 4 months.
I mean, that's life.
It is. But hopefully we'll be back soon. Probably next week. I think next week.
I think
We'll have a show next week. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do a show next week. Sounds good.
See you there.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. But until then, friends, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.